Hello, I'm Robert Griffin and I'm one of the Paddlesdown Pro staff, and today we're going to have a brief look at the basics of the pink-footed goose call. Now here what I have is I've got three pink-foot calls. I've got the old Haydel's MSG 96, which we used to bring in and we tuned for pink feet here in the UK, and that was discontinued a couple of seasons ago, and so it was superseded by the Haydel's B81, which we're now bringing into the UK, retuning for pinks ourselves here at Paddlesdown. And we're selling hundreds of these. They're going out as fast as we can bring them into the country and retune them, and these are now in use with a lot of the professional goose guides in Scotland and by wildfowlers throughout the UK. The other call that we're going to have a look at is the DJ call, or wooden goose call. Now, I myself, as I say, I'm using the MSG 96 at the moment, but the call is very similar to the B81 in all but appearance. Both calls you can blow very, very hard and put a lot of air through them, which is something that I like. I like to blow a call very, very hard, whereas I struggle with the old DJ call, the wooden call, because that doesn't require a lot of volume, and if you blow that hard you'll jam the reed, and I find I can't get a lot of volume out there, and I can't get it up at those very high decibels that enable that call to carry a great distance. That's what you've got to remember. I think the DJ call suits people shooting on the fields over decoys where they may be working the geese close in. I'm shooting on the foreshore, so what you're looking there is you're often looking at attracting single geese, twos and threes, and you're working geese at great distance over great open areas where you need that call to carry a great distance, so you need a high pitch that you get from these calls. So let me give you a blast on them, and this is just using the very basic wing 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 wing. So that's on the MSG 96. Okay, so that's your very basic. That's your foundation call, I would call it. And then on the B81, and I'm blowing. You'll see there, I blow my two notes. The wing wing, I blow mine almost into one. Okay, so that's almost one. Some people, different techniques. Some people will separate those quite a bit, which I'll try to do now. But as I say, I blow mine into one. And that suits how I call, and I get good results with that. Just give you a comparison on the DJ calls, which you're going to find is lower. I might just jam this on the first blow because I struggle away to just get the right volume through this. So you can hear there, quite a low call. Okay. So, as I say, I tend to shoot on the, I shoot exclusively on the foreshore. So I'm working geese in big open areas, so I need the volume that I get from these. Your basic call with your pinkfoot is you wing 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 wing. And when you attract that goose at distance, and he starts and he comes, and what you'll find is you can often give them that, and you'll get a reaction straight away, and it'll turn, it'll head on down towards you. When it does that, it's often a case of shutting up and doing nothing, unless the goose calls back to you, in which case you mimic it and you give it the same reply. Or if that geese, having locked itself in onto you, it starts to go off to one side, and then you need to give him a call to bring him back into you. And obviously if he starts circling you, then you need to give him a call, and they'll then often set and they'll put the feet down and just lock the wings and straight on him, which is a fantastic sight to see. So when you're blowing the call, it's just basically into the call, and what you remember is that just like people, every goose sounds different. They all have a different tone, so you don't need necessarily to have your, when we tune these, there's a little bit of variation in them, which is just like the actual goose themselves. I mean, you might blow a call differently to me, but there isn't a problem with that. Do what works for you and go out and try it. Remember, with these calls, with the B81, with the Haydel's B81 that from Paddlesdown, you do need to put air into that call and blow it out. Just go and practice for around. And if I don't get a reaction, I'll often put three notes in and try and run them together with it rasping off on the last note. And then, you notice there, I was going into the feeding chatter. Not necessarily the feeding chatter. You'll often hear that when the geese are out there on the roost, or they're just about to move under the moon. When the geese are coming to them, they'll get very excited. You'll get a frenzy in amongst them. Which I'll often do as the geese are, particularly if they can't see me, if they're coming under the moon or it's misty, I'll use that as they're starting to come in close to me. Yeah? that's something I'd use probably on a night time or under the moon, not in necessarily in really good light conditions. What you've also got to remember is when you're out there, that's more of a flock call, is that I would describe it as. You've got to remember, say I'm out there on the foreshore and I've gone out for morning flights and I've no decoys with me and I see that single goose, your calling's then got to be selective because you haven't got any decoys with you. So when that goose sets and it starts and it comes to you, it obviously has not seen a decoy spread, so you're just a single goose calling to it. So your calling has got to be appropriate to the decoy spread or the lack of decoy spread you've got there. So you're keeping it minimalistic, which is basically just your, as we've said, get him locked and loaded and into you. If you've got a decoy spread there, then yes, you can go into sort of what I would call the flock chatter, which is more of your, so it's just really horses for courses. Get your call, play with it, use it, practice with it, practice on a night time. What I often found when I get a new call is pick it up today, don't do particularly well with it, pop it down, have another go with it tomorrow. You know, if you're not getting anywhere with it, have another go with it tomorrow and see how you get on. I hope that was helpful to you, some really basic stuff there for you. More than happy to answer any of your questions. You can email us at info@paddlesdown.co.uk or you can phone us, and if there's any way we can help you. And look out, what we're going to do is we're going to do a DVD on some more advanced techniques, and we're also going to do some coverage out there on the marsh. So, you know, please come back to Paddlesdown and have another look at our video series. Thanks for your time.